The contentious debate between democracy and autocracy is a long-standing one, with proponents and critics on both sides. I recognise that both systems have their advantages and drawbacks, making it challenging to definitively claim that one is universally better than the other. It's no secret that in African nations, both democracy and autocracy have failed spectacularly, largely due to bigotry, i.e., tribalism or negative ethnicity, that insulates corrupt Western puppets, working for the interests of foreign powers and not their tribe, let alone their country. In an ideal democracy, the emphasis is on individual freedoms, political participation, and the protection of civil liberties. The idea is that citizens have a say in their government and can hold leaders accountable through elections. This can lead to a more pluralistic society where various voices and perspectives are heard. However, the much-touted democracy can be bureaucratically slow and inefficient in decision-making, and it always struggles with short-term political considerations, foreign interference, rigged elections, and malevolent capitalism. On the other hand, the success of autocracy, or is it benevolent dictatorship, in China and Russia challenges the Western notion that democracy is the only path to societal prosperity. In these nations, the absence of traditional Western democratic systems has not impeded their economic growth. Rather, it has allowed for swift and decisive decision-making. Unencumbered by political opposition, such autocratic governments can implement long-term strategies without the delays associated with democratic debates and transitions of power. The centralized control in China and Russia has not only enabled quick adaptation to changing global economic conditions, but also pursuit of economic policies with guaranteed stability and consistency, attracting foreign investments and fostering innovation, rapid industrialization and economic development. Moreover, these autocracies have focused on advanced education, infrastructure, and technology, leading to skilled workforces and competitive industries. Yes, autocracy has its own inherent drawbacks, such as a lack of checks and balances and political freedoms, which can lead to abuses of power and a disregard for individual rights and civil liberties. But critics of autocracy often overlook the cultural nuances and historical contexts that shape governance styles. What works for one society might not necessarily work for another. The experiences of China and Russia show that under certain conditions, autocratic leadership can indeed facilitate economic development, challenging the assumption that democracy is the only recipe for progress. Then again, the debate over the effectiveness of autocracy versus democracy should consider not just economic metrics, but also the broader spectrum of human rights and governance that play a role in determining the quality of life for a nation's citizens. Ultimately, the effectiveness of a political system depends on various factors, including the context, culture, and leadership. The African context, fraught with tribalism, a self-sabotaging electorate, and corrupt Western puppets, serves as a cautionary tale, emphasizing the need to approach with humility the specific circumstances and needs of a country and its people when evaluating whether democracy or autocracy is more suitable. The optimal system might even lie somewhere in between, incorporating elements of both to strike a balance between individual freedoms and effective governance, between malevolent capitalism and benevolent dictatorship.